In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the exterior mirror on your Nissan Armada. Located on the outside of the vehicle, let's get started. We're going to start by using a small plastic trim tool. And what we need to do, we need to remove this handle. This is being held there by clips. In order to get it out, we're going to grab the plastic trim tool. We're going to wedge it between this crack right here and just slide it out. Once you have it in, go ahead and work it all the way up. And now slide it out. With this cover off, we can see there's going to be two 10mm bolts that we're going to be removing. But before we do so, there's going to be another one right here that we have to remove, but we need to take out this cover. I'm going to go ahead and use a small flathead screwdriver. You're going to hold on to the handle and just pop it off. Just like that. That's going to be another 10mm bolt that we need to remove. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and take that out. Now we can go ahead and remove these two 10mm bolts that are on the handle. Just keep in mind the two that goes on the handle, they're the black ones. They have different threads on. Just keep that in mind when we go back and put this together. Now we need to remove this little grommet. I'm going to use that plastic trim tool. Go ahead and wedge it in between and slide it out. Just like that. Now that we have the three bolts off and this little grommet piece, we're going to go ahead and start at the bottom. We're going to pry onto the door and we're going to work our way up. Once you have it in this position, simply lift up and away from the door. Now lower down, we don't need to disconnect anything on the panel itself. We now have access to our mirror. We can start by disconnecting it right here. You're gonna have a tab, go ahead and clip it in and slide the connector out. Just like that. Now you can see there's gonna be three 10mm nuts. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and take those out. Now that we have those nuts out of the way, you can simply grab onto the whole assembly and slide it out. When you do this, you want to make sure that you feed the connector through the hole. Make sure that you do not break it. And here's the mirror. We're going to go ahead and feed the mirror the same way the old one came out. You're going to start by putting the connector in through the hole, being very careful not to damage the wiring or the connector. Line it up with the holes and push it in. Go ahead and install the nuts by hand. And now just get it snug. Do not over tighten these. Now we can go ahead and plug it in. Make sure you line it up with the connector and slide it in. I'm gonna go ahead and torque them to 8 foot-pounds. Now that we have everything connected, we're gonna start feeding the door panel through the top. Make sure you clip it in place. And now we're gonna work our way around to make sure that it clips in place. We can go ahead and install the grommet that goes right over here. Simply line it up and push it in. Now we can install the 10mm bolt that goes right here. What I like to do, I just like to put it onto the socket and then spin it by hand. This is to avoid stripping it. Once you know you got some threads, go ahead and snug it up. We can now install this trim piece. And now we can install these two black screws, starting with the bottom one. And now the top. Go ahead and snug them up. And now install the trim piece. Line it up and push it in. And that is job done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.